So this week's rounds of Trump impeachment inquiries ends with testimony by former National Security Advisor Fiona Hill. Still no direct evidence of quid pro quo anywhere in Ms. Hill's testimony. The bulk of her testimony seemed to be a reflection of her anger for being left out of the Ukrainian policy dealings within Trump's administration. Okay, she raised a few security concerns about cell phone use among Trump staffers, but that's about it. Nothing really damning against Trump's overall foreign policy efforts with Ukraine. Even the media, who has really nothing to report on, seems to focus more on Miss Hill's upbringing as a poor English girl in coal country than about whatever's going on with this quid pro quo phone call between Trump and the Ukrainian president. Okay, so where do the Democrats go from here? All these witnesses, 3 years worth of effort, and they have nothing to show for it. Except they've spent a lot of time and public money trying to impeach a sitting president. Let's take a look at quid pro quo, which is what this whole impeachment inquiry has been revolving around. Now, if you're not familiar with that term, it basically means giving something to get something in return. Okay? Have you people ever heard of Washington, D.C.? Because quid pro quo is the name of the game in Washington, D.C. That happens every single day. Um, you know, you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. That's the way Washington works. That is quid pro quo. And even in foreign policy issues, okay, last week we just had a prisoner exchange with the Taliban to get a couple of an American prisoner and I believe an Australian prisoner released from Taliban custody. In order to do that, we gave the Taliban a couple of their high-ranking people that we were holding prisoner. Okay. Now, if that isn't quid pro quo, I don't know what is. Now, how is that any different from any other quid pro quo moment? Okay, it's called intent. All right, what was the intent of whatever they're accusing President Trump of? Okay, if he did indeed ask the Ukrainian president to start an investigation into the Bidens and into uh, you know election interference, if that was for solely for his own personal political gain, then it's a no-brainer. Okay, he's guilty. But if it was out of genuine concern for the national security interest of the United States, then there's no issue here. Okay, and that's exactly what the Democrats have to prove. Okay, was Trump's intent personal or not? So far, they haven't done that.